Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my courses, and hopefully I should have text up on the screen throughout the video just to complement what I'm saying. So let's get into it. French 101G. So this is my general education paper. And basically we have two 1.5 hour lectures for that, okay? But they do block out a full 2-hour slot for each of those lectures, just in case they run overtime, as language classes often do. These lectures, even though they're called lectures, most lectures are quite big, maybe 100 people, more in law, a little bit less in like Global 101. French has about 25 people in my class, which is kind of a standard language learning process, because you need to be able to ask the teacher questions and participate in actual speaking activities. So it's somewhat nostalgic of high school, which I think I really do like, even though we're not taught exactly in the same way as high school. That kind of small, intimate classroom environment is kind of a good way to help with the transition between high school and university, and also it's the perfect way to learn a language, really, when you practice in that way. I did say, so there was a 1.5 hour lectures roughly, but also there's online multimedia content that we have to do. So before the lectures, we should go online, and the University of Auckland has a French learning program that they've created called Click Easy, and so you've got to do maybe 2 of those modules, generally about 14 activities, where you learn new grammar and new vocab. You get to practice your listening before class, and that really helps you to get a lot more out of your classes when you're in those classes. In respect to how it's actually assessed, it's assessed in 4 ways. There is kind of an oral assessment, but it's not a sit-down speaking assessment. What it is the lecturer will have a look at how you interact with your classmates, whether you're answering questions in the lecture. So it's all about how interactive and how you give it a go with your speaking in the actual lectures, and you get a mark based on that. Whether you show up as well is kind of part of that oral component. We also have online quizzes through the De Monde platform, and they are basically, you get an unlimited attempt, and you get to go online and use the vocabulary and grammar structures that you've learnt. Then you get to use them to basically answer these quiz questions, and that forms part of your grade as well. Okay, so you do that online in your own time. There's also 2 tests. So again, I haven't had a test yet for French, but at some stage later on we'll have 1 test and then another test, and finally there is a end of semester exam for French as well. I do personally think French is my favourite subject, probably mainly because it's somewhat, I love learning languages, but also it's somewhat nostalgic of high school, and there's a lot of goodwill, and it's quite different, I'd say. It's quite unique from your other courses that you have in university. You don't just sit in the lecture and passively absorb information. You're actually actively listening and repeating and learning how to say words and learning new words and grammar and everything. So I really enjoy that. Finally, we move on to the last one, which is Law 121G. Okay, so that's all about law and the society. Okay, so there's different parts within that as well, which will be taken by different lecturers. At the moment, we're still in part A, and so we've only had 1 lecturer. I'm really enjoying her lectures at the moment. And a lot of those things are kind of on basic principles within our legal system, within our government, the executive and the judiciary, and also some historical background to our legal system. The format of that is 3 1-hour lectures, okay? So you have 3 one-hour lectures a week, and then over the course of the whole semester, we have 4 one-hour tutorials, okay, in which we kind of are able to apply what we've learnt in the lectures in smaller groups. So the main difference between a lecture and a tutorial is that a lecture is really big, so it could be 150, 200 people in my law. I haven't counted, but it's massive. They hold it in the biggest lecture theatre in the university. And then in a tutorial, I've got about 9, 10 people in my tutorial, so we were able to discuss. I just had one of them the other day, one of the 4 the other day, and we were able to apply the principles that we'd learnt in the lecture to the situation of what happened when the government passed legislation to help Christchurch and the Canterbury region recover from the earthquakes. So that was interesting. However, I must say that if you have a general interest in law and you've looked up a lot of legal concepts or political concepts before, you might find Law 121G, at least the first part, a bit dull, just because I'm finding it a little bit dull because I do know a lot of the concepts from before already, but I know that that's not going to be a reflection of how the whole course will be. It's just at the moment we have to really go back to basics, introduction, and not everyone has done the same research, so you do need to kind of level that playing field, which I get. Finally, I just wanted to say how that's examined. There's 2 ways. So there's a test and there's an exam, okay? And basically there's this thing called plussage, and what that means is that if you do better in your exam than in your test, your exam mark counts for 100% of your mark. But if you do worse in your exam than you do in your test, they take 20% of your test mark and then 80% of your exam mark, and that's your mark for law. So that's basically how that works, or how that's going to work for this year anyway. Finally, just another comment. Law does have a lot of readings. I've got a thick case book, but they're good, and I think definitely because you don't have as much time in lectures as you do have in classes, say at high school, you do need to be a bit proactive about getting out there and reading things before your courses and before your lectures. So law probably has the most I've found at the moment out of all my courses. Law is just really structured with its readings. There's always a reading before each lecture and before each tutorial. So that's something to note if you don't like reading, or if you do like reading, it might be for you or might not be for you. So that's all I really had to say. Please do leave any questions below. I will try and get out next time I make a video, so that I won't just stay in my room all the time. I'm not sure where yet, and I'm not sure what my next video will be about, but any suggestions, again, leave them below. See you in 2 weeks' time. Bye.